Hello everyone, this video will be regarding Bigfoot's potential Bigfoot sighting in Provo, Utah, January 2nd, as it appears on Reddit and YouTube. And this is the video. You may have seen it. I'll just let this play for the first part of it. The second part you can't really see what he's looking at. Apparently in real life you can see it, but we'll just focus on the first part here and we'll start with that.
Oh, I gotta leave first, but one. I'm gonna get. You can. No, you'll be fine. I'm just gonna get.
So there's the subject right there, of course, very obvious. And that's the most important, interesting part up there of the video. And we'll just cut it there. So I wanted to focus on how I found the site myself, and just maybe that's kind of instructive for general purposes. Other people could, obviously do that, but I'm just going to kind of walk through what I did myself. And so originally I went on Facebook, and I guess in my feed there was this video link to it posted on a group I'm in. It was a more obscure one that I don't check as much, but anyway, I either went to the Reddit site or to something by, what is it, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization. He already had posted something related to this. But anyway, if you go to the actual Reddit page and you scroll down, it talks about where it's at, and it's a area within Provo, Utah called Sherwood, which is on the northeastern corner of Provo. So anyway, from that I could kind of get an idea of where I was looking at on either Google Maps or Google Earth. And at first I thought the mountains over here were Timpanogos we were looking at, but looking around on Google Earth I could tell it was due east. It was not Timpanogos, which is more northerly vantage point. So I kind of picked an area which I thought was pretty good, but then I had a stroke of luck where I actually found on Google Street View, Map Street View, this house, which is the one that appears. Let me go back here at 4 seconds. Right there. So if you compare the two, that's the same house with the 6 columns there. They look like they're brick columns. When you go there in person, they're actually stones. But anyway, that's it. And then I could go over to Google Earth and do some work there, more exacting work, and compare. Let's go up here. I have a still. Notice the hillside here. There's a swath of dead trees here. There's kind of a little patch of probably scrub oak here, and another patch right there. So those are important. Notice both of those, and we're going to go over here and compare in Google Earth. So here's the same two patches. It's a little bit different angle. Here's the swath of dead trees, and then the two patches. So our subject is going to be right up here somewhere. That little hill right there. It's not that little, but it's in the slope. Again, just comparisons. So here's the two little patches, and here's the same area right here on Google Earth. So then I plugged a GPS coordinate, tried to go out there on January 4th, failed to summit the little peak over there. It was already warmed up a little bit, and it was slippery. There was mud underneath the snow. Snow wasn't as deep as I thought it would be, so it was really slick, and you just would slide down. It was too steep. I tried 3 different ways, kind of trying to work around this way and trying to work around that way. As long as you stayed low, it was fine, but when you started going up, it was very slippery on the 4th of January. I think it was a little bit colder on the 3rd and the 2nd. So things were already starting to melt. So then on the 5th, I went back with 2 other guys who on the Saturday they were able to go out then. And I only had an hour on Friday to try this out anyway, so I had to turn around, and I guess if I had more time, I maybe would have been successful. But anyway, we decided on another route, which was, let's see if I can get this to work. If you go further down the road, you get to a point where there are fewer homes, and there's a rockier area which is more dried out. There's less snow. There's a trail. It's a game trail, kind of goes up the mountain. I don't know the exact point, but something along here. And we kind of followed a game trail up. In fact, let me see. Yeah, probably somewhere along here. And managed to make our way up and back over. So I brought along my phone, and I actually know what happened. I have a GPS unit that I always use, but I can't seem to find it. I must have, I don't know, something happened on the last trip. I haven't found it yet. So then I downloaded an app for my phone, which I wasn't really familiar with, put in GPS coordinates to that, and promptly left it in my vehicle when I went with the other two guys in their vehicle. So then we were without GPS coordinates again. Luckily, there's cell phone reception up on this slope here. So one of my friends, Mark, he graciously let me use his phone, and I put in the same app. I found where I posted the coordinates online, and I couldn't get it to where they're both on the screen at the same time, so I sent the coordinates via message to another phone, the other guy who was with us, and then he would read off the coordinates to me. I would enter it into the app. And then from there, we were able to, then we knew what we were doing. We were able to follow the little arrow where to go. It was kind of, would jump around, but at least it was more stable. That would show the number, how many feet we were away or how many miles from the point. So anyway, we follow that more. The arrow jumped around more, so I followed the distance number more often, focused on that. And we got within less than 40 feet according to our GPS unit there, well, the phone, the app. And we had already seen, evidence of humans had been up there. Obviously, we know Kelly Shaw was up there, I think, maybe the 3rd of January. I happen to know 2 other Squatchers who were up there. Rio with Nathan. And I'm not... Anyway, Nathan... don't confuse Nathan with Rio. They're 2 different guys. And Rio's name is Nathan, but he goes by Rio. Anyway, just to point is 2 other people, at least 3 people were up there. And then the other people did a kind of reenactment who posted the original video. If you go to his page here, he has a more recent video where luckily were thorough, and they went up the same day later on. And it's interesting because size comparison puts the the individual, it appears to be significantly larger than a normal human. Because he had his friend down in the valley and took some photos, and they did size comparison. So anyway, the rest of this video is going to be just kind of giving you the lay of the land and my first attempt on the 4th. And just kind of, I also will stand at the original film location, and you can kind of get a vantage point. And in person, it seems like, so this would have to be an extremely large figure. I don't know how large, and I do know sometimes things in the distance on the mountains, they can appear larger than they actually are. But I know my impression was that it was, very much on the large side. So anyway, that will be in this video, and the next video I'm just going to have a separate one where I go out with Todd and Mark, and where we actually make it to this spot. And I do see a few, possible prints. I can't tell anything for sure. That's in the teaser video I posted prior to this one. Then I may do a separate video just because of the length. Afterwards, Mark takes us up into Provo Canyon, not very far from here, but he shows us the structures he's aware of. He's, traversed this area and done research in Provo Canyon. So we have at least, 1, 2, 3, 3 or more structures, I believe. One of them is a new one that he has not seen before. It's kind of a quite large blind. So anyway, that's what will be coming up, but feel free to watch the rest of the video. I felt I should do a video because I'm, literally 12 minutes from this location. I'd be kind of lazy not to at least get out there, and I don't know anybody who has a quicker drive than me that I'm aware of. Obviously, there's other people, tons of people in Provo, but anyway, that's all for now on this analysis. Well, I've never gone live before, so I don't know if this is working or not. If it is, just in case it is. Anyway, greetings from Utah. It's about 27 degrees, I guess, which has been better than it has been. I don't know if you can see down there in the valley where the smog is, the inversion. I don't know if that shows up or not. Let me flip this around so you're not looking at me all the time. Well, maybe I'll have to turn it off. I'll just turn it around. So I'm here at the place that was on the map with the sighting, and I don't have a lot of time. I actually have to meet someone at 3:30, so that gives me about an hour. Wasted a lot of time trying to look for my GPS, which I couldn't find for my last trip, so I had to download a GPS app and install it, and I'm not that familiar with it. So anyway, I'm trying to get up here. Hopefully this neighborhood doesn't think I'm a weirdo here dressed in camouflage or something. Anyway, if I am able to get up there, I'll just go live again, and might as well. I mean, I'm 12 minutes from this location driving, so I'd be pretty lazy not to get up here. I don't know anybody else who in the inner circle is closer, so that's why I'm here basically, because I felt I should go ahead and do that. So okay, that's all for now. Well, so let's stabilize this a little bit. Okay. So this is kind of what the slope looks like. There's different ways kind of try to go around at an angle, but underneath the snow there's mud and it's kind of slick. So it's a lot easier to go down than it is to go up it. So I think I'm just going to have to forget about this. If I cut across private property right over there, I might be able to make it up, but I don't think I want to do that. So otherwise I have to go up and around this kind of, and it's just not very doable. I've tried a couple different ways. This would be the third attempt, and another third way, and yeah, just too easy to slip around. And I don't have spikes. I lost them on another event, which I'll have to, I know where they are, but they're in deep snow. I'll recuperate them in spring. Anyway, so that's all for now. There's Mount Timpanogos over there, and it will be up over that way about 0.09 or 9, just less than 1/10 of a mile that way. If a human came from down here, I don't see how they would easily get up there, really, coming from this direction, at least. I guess if they drove up above and then did a much longer walk, they could get around that up to there. Anyway, that's all for now. So here's the view again of what I was trying to get up. I was first try to navigate kind of that way and up and around, and then it gets too steep up here. If you stay down low, you're fine, but then you never get to where you need to go, which is up that way. Maybe if I was able to completely go all the way around, maybe it gets less steep further along there. But this route up this slope, at least in winter, even in summer, be a pretty rough winter. I find it not to be doable. I think it's just a few hills over is where it was filmed. And there is a road I looked up above, but I don't know if it'd be worth trying to traverse that in winter, or even if the road is open in winter. But anyway, that's all for now. And here's some of the houses that appeared in the video, just so in case someone on the internet says, "Oh, I didn't even go there." Just if you look on the beginning of that video, there's a home that appears that has those 6 columns on it. And then I think, yeah, this one's also in it. And so anyway, and you can kind of see the view from over, I guess it was filmed from over here. Let me just walk over here. Hopefully nobody's going to come out and tell me I'm trespassing when I'm walking down the street. Look at all the smog over there. And sorry this is shaky, I didn't pull out the gimbal. But there's kind of the view. I'm probably a little too far. It's probably further down here where it was filmed. Let me just go down there real quick. I got enough time for that. I'm not going to go all the way down here. It's probably even further. Kind of slick right there. But it's kind of, you know, basically filmed in this general direction. I guess, oh, it's a little slick here. So kind of like this a little bit. It was even further back though. I mean, I've already studied it a little, so I don't want to get in people's driveway here. But so pretty much that, I think. And then if I zoom in, if my memory serves me right, he was kind of up over there, right? Somewhere up there. Which is, or actually maybe it was, well, maybe that is it. And that's really steep up there too, I think. So I don't know how a human would get up there. A bear would even hate to be up there, I would think. Anyway, that's all.